Prime Minister Narendra Modi met the President of the Swiss Confederation, Alain Berset, in Davos. The two leaders shook hands before the Prime Minister hosted a roundtable meeting with the CEOs of top global companies along with Indian officials. Railways Minister Piyush Goyal was bullish about the World Economic Forum summit and said that the PM's presence for the occasion will only boost investment to India.
New paradigm of doing business, an easier environment to invest in, to flourish in. And Prime Minister's presence at the World Economic Forum at Davos this year is certainly giving a big message to the world community.
Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan was also among the winners at the 24th Annual Crystal Awards at Davos. SRK will be awarded along with Kate Blanchett and Elton John for his work towards women and children's rights in India.
Professor Schwab and Mrs. Schwab, I've met them before, and there were times when they'd expect me to come down, but I couldn't make it. And for me, this is extremely new, and what is even more pleasant is that India is here in full power. So that's really nice, and I'm feeling much more at home that all you guys are here.
And Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant has said that the Prime Minister is here to showcase the unique growth story of India. Kant mentioned that the FDI grew by 62%, while it fell by 16% across the world.
I think more important is that the Prime Minister is coming here to tell a unique story and a remarkable story of India's growth, along with very major structural reforms and with fiscal responsibility, and the fact that India has opened up its economy in a very big way at a point of time when countries across the world are closing their economy and they're becoming increasingly protectionist.
Intense clashes erupted as Turkish troops and their allies advanced on a Kurdish enclave in Syria. The Turkish offensive on Afrin, codenamed Operation Olive Branch, which started on Saturday, heightening tensions in the Syrian conflict. House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi sounded pessimistic ahead of a Senate vote to a quick end to the government shutdown. Republican leader Mitch McConnell earlier said that he hoped and intended to reach the agreement soon on immigration and other contentious issues.
A shutdown is very serious. When the president said a good shutdown, oxymoron, there's no such thing as a good shutdown. But on the first anniversary of his inauguration, he got what he wanted.
Liberians got up early and queued for hours outside the Samuel Canyon Dose Sports Complex near the capital to witness the inauguration of one of Africa's greatest ever footballers, George Weah, as president. Weah replaces Africa's first female president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
To all our citizens and international guests, we thank you for coming.
French President Emmanuel Macron hosted 140 world business leaders at the Château de Versailles in a bid to attract investment in France. Macron wanted his government's changes to French tax and labor laws as he tried to attract foreign investors wary of France's traditionally high taxes and worker protections. The US Senate has advanced a bill reopening federal agencies through February 8th after Democrats relented and lifted their blockade against the legislation. Moderates from both parties pressured leaders to end the shutdown and compromise. US Vice President Mike Pence joined the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at his Jerusalem residence. The Israeli Prime Minister hosted a dinner after Pence spoke at the Knesset as part of his 4-day tour of the Middle East. Pence told Israel's parliament that the US Embassy will move to Jerusalem by the end of 2019, receiving a rousing ovation.
And the events of this day have been deeply humbling for me, Mr. Prime Minister. The American people cherish our relationship with Israel.
Britain's army chief warned that the country's ability to withstand attack and respond to threats is being eroded by a lack of investment in the military, increasing pressure on the government to boost defense spending. General Sir Nick Carter said that Britain has been left exposed to adversaries such as Russia, which already boasts capabilities Britain would struggle to match.
We need to acknowledge that we have some capability issues that have to be addressed. I think first we have to recognise that deterrence needs a set of graduated responses to enable escalation.
Saudi Arabia announced $1.5 billion in new aid for Yemen after nearly 3 years of conflict have devastated their local economy and pushed millions to the brink of famine. The kingdom said that the coalition it heads in Yemen would also lead the expansion of additional Yemeni ports to receive cargo and humanitarian assistance and take control of Yemen's ports, which are its lifeline for imports.